What's going on, y'all? What is going on? All right, turn the music down a little bit. Man, it's been a minute. It's definitely been a minute. So proud to be with y'all in 2022. I'm excited today because we're gonna talk about some really good stuff. And yeah, we got a lot in the lineup. We definitely gonna be talking about PC builds. We're gonna be talking about acquisitions. We're gonna talk about some of the stuff that we're doing on the channel, and we're also gonna be talking about another one of the builds I got coming up. So yeah, we about to get to it. Okay. All right. First things up, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. Here we do everything tech, all things tech, whatever it is, we like to do it. And yeah, check out the channel. If you hit this link right here, it'll tell you what the channel is all about if you're new here. But if you are a returning subscriber, I really appreciate y'all because, man, y'all been rocking with the brother for a long time. And we're trying to hit that 10,000 subscriber mark. So we at 7,500 and something. So definitely hit me down in the chat if you want to share the channel, get the word out. The next big goal is hitting 10,000 subscribers, and I got a giveaway that's going to be coming up real soon. So stay tuned for that. Got to make sure that you are subscribed. 2022 is going to be great. Also, we got merch. Yes, if you want to figure out how to access the merch, you can hit the link down in the description below. But just taking a look here, I reset up the actual logo, changed some things around. I got on one of the hoodies, but this is like one of the initial hoodies, so it's not, the official thing. But as you can see here, the actual official hoodie is pretty dope. I got all different type of colors. We added some stuff on here. We got black, green, blue, gray, charcoal, whatever you want to call it. We got red, light gray, and maroon. So that's the hoodie. Super excited about this stuff, man, because I know sometimes people want to be able to support the channel and stuff like that. But you got different ways. I got a Patreon. I got all different type of stuff. But this is another way. The backpack is pretty dope. Got mugs, face masks, t-shirts. If you're Android phone lover, we got cases. We got AirPods case, AirPod Pros, iPhone cases. We got socks, sweaters, and also bucket hats. So definitely, if you want to support the channel, this is a great way to do it. So first things up, we definitely going to be talking about Intel Arc. And so definitely hit me down in the actual chat. Let me know what you want to talk about today. I'm just going to be hanging out. It's been a minute. The goal is to actually start doing live streams every Thursday. Every Thursday night, probably around about 9 p.m. And so that's the goal going forward, especially for the top of the year. Definitely want to just be able to kick with y'all every week. Of course, I post uploads and stuff every week, random stuff. We're going to get into some real good stuff that's going to be coming up real soon. But live stream purposes, going to be doing it once a week, every Thursday night at 9 p.m. So, this Saturday stream was impromptu. But I appreciate those who are rocking with me and checking me out right now. Let me know down in the actual chat if the audio and everything sounds good. Make sure that the music is not overpowering my voice, but I think it's pretty good. But yeah, so Intel Arc. So let me tell you, if you don't know about Intel Arc, we finally have another player when it comes to the actual graphics card game. And man, when I tell you that, we need, everybody knows that graphics cards have been like some of the hardest things to be able to get a hold of, right? And I've been really lucky, over the past couple of years or so, with being able to get some of the latest and the greatest when it comes to graphics cards. But you got AMD, you got Nvidia, but Intel's also putting their head into the mix, and they've been talking about their Intel Arc Alchemist. This is on Video Card's website, And yeah, they, when it comes to them, obviously for the, in the CPU game and stuff like that, they've been holding it down for a long time. But they've been battling back and forth with AMD, when it comes to the CPU stuff. But now Intel is throwing their hat into the mix when it comes to graphics cards. And this is actually good because we need competition, right? We need competition. But I think this is probably going to end up being more of a entry level card. It talks about having a 16 gigabyte model, possibly having a model that's cut down to 12 gigs. And it seems like a pretty normal card. And I know a lot of people out there, you may not even have the actual hardware for the 4K 120 hertz and stuff like this. So this being an actual mid-level card, so to speak, is actually really good. A lot of people are still on 1080p. A lot of people are still on 1440p. And so, yeah, this is like just one of the pictures, no backplate on the actual card, but looks like this is just like one of those, engineering samples and stuff like that where, hey, trying to just get the word out there. But it looks to have a 6-pin and an 8-pin power connector. Hopefully we could be able to get a little bit more information about, what's required on the power spectrum part. Hopefully it's nowhere near what the 3090 Ti is going to be. And speaking of that, we go to the next one here. It talks, Nvidia did that announcement at CES, in January where they was talking about the 3090 Ti. Yeah, I don't know why they were even thinking about coming out with a 3090 Ti, to be honest with you. And that's just because 3090 Ti graphic cards are freaking expensive. Like I have a 3080 Ti. It's a Asus ROG Strix, and Asus ROG Strix. I know a lot of people get on me about that. And I mean, that card was like $2,000, and the actual 3090 version, it's like, I saw it on Amazon or something like that for like $3,000. And so you could just imagine what a 3090 Ti would be, probably close to maybe about $3,500, $4,000. And people are paying for them for some particular reason. I don't know. But they announced the card, but there hasn't been anything else, about the actual card coming out. Would I like to get my hands on something like this? Yes. Why not? But for me personally, I would have to find this card on the deal some type of way, because I'm not even paying $3,000 for a card. $2,000. The card that I have was $2,000, but I didn't pay $2,000 for it. I actually got a really, really good deal. So, you make power moves and you do stuff that makes sense, but for most people, 3090 Ti does not make sense. One, if you look at some of the specs here, with the 3080 Ti, it's really just a cut down 3090. And when I say cut down, meaning that you don't have as much as the actual VRAM. The VRAM is cut in half, but the actual gaming performance and everything else is pretty much the same in between these two cards. And obviously, when you look at the MSRP prices, they're not the same. They haven't been the same and won't be the same for a long time. But the 3080 Ti, for the Founders Edition, it's supposed to be in $1,200. But again, those cars are running for like 2,000 plus. 3090 MSRP 1,500. Those cards are running for like $3,000 right now, which is crazy. So 3090 Ti. Pretty much expecting for this to be maybe about another 5 to 10% increase in performance, which, is for the rich people basically, because of the actual price. Nobody's going to need this card, but, when you're talking about, PC enthusiasts having the best of the best, yeah, I would still like to get my hands on it. And that's just because, having the fastest, I got a 4K OLED TV that does 120 hertz, and yep, I want to be able to take advantage of it. But we might not even ever see the daylight of this card because Nvidia, it's been a lot of stuff. I don't know if it has something to do with manufacturing or it has something to deal with some of the other issues that's been going on. But they also talked about this card reaching 450 watts, and really they have some 3090s that's already hitting that mark. So you can imagine if you pushing a car real heavy, easily 5 500 and some watts easy. So which reminds me, this actually reminds me of a video that I did and that y'all should check out. If I could find it, I did a video about, let's see. I did a video about power supplies, and y'all always wondering why, okay, hey, where is it? Here it is right here. When you get a chance, check out this video. I'll try to put the link in the description below. But what size power supply do you need? And I go over everything on how to determine what the ratings and all that stuff is about and how much power you actually need. But because of these particular cards, you know, minimum 850 watts, you know, if you're doing something like a 3080 or above, but once you start getting around about 3090 out, you know, 3090, 30, 1,200 watt power supply easy. You're going to need that, especially with some of the Intel chips. So if you ever plan on switching over to Intel, which we're going to talk a little bit more about that towards the end of the actual stream. But yeah, if you plan on switching to Intel, that 12900K, man, you're talking about like the wattage is like crazy when you just let it run like you wanted to. So just keep that in mind. Next thing up, we got the release of the RTX 3050. Now I know a lot of y'all like, what type of card is this, and should I even get it? So let me tell you, one, this card's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be 250 when it was released. So when they talked about it at CES, it's a 1080p card. First thing is up, it's a 1080p card. But when they talked about releasing this card, I was like, man, 3050. So a couple of things about it. The actual PCIe interface on the card is not by 16. It's actual by 16 in the physical, but it's not by 16 when it comes to the actual connections and the throughput that you're getting. It's actually by 8. So that's one thing. So it's a 1080p card, but I heard it was actually, the performance was pretty good. This right here is on Tech Power Up. It's Asus. And if we go back, I think I could go here and look at the actual specs that's on this actual card. They talk about that type of stuff up here, but the main thing is when you're talking about the actual base clock, boost clock, and all that good stuff, this actual card, MSRP is supposed to be 250. Well, for the Founders Edition, but they said the MSRP is $490, almost $500, which I don't think is worth it, to be honest with you. And so, if you can find this car for 250, great. 300, maybe 350, great. But if not, I wouldn't even do it. I would actually just shoot for getting a 3060. If you're talking about entry level, I wouldn't go for a 3050. Especially if you can't find it for the price. Let's take a look at the chat. Just wanted to pop in and say thanks a lot for your undervolting guide. The only guide that made sense to me, and now I have a really good curve on my 3080 Ti because of your temps. Dropped 13C. Man, that's awesome. Vidit. And man, I appreciate you for popping through. And just so you know what he's talking about, I did this guide here. GPU undervolting. I did it for my 3080 Ti, but you could do it for any NVIDIA graphics card. That's what that actual guide is based off of, NVIDIA graphics cards. And the video has been doing very well. Great guide. I was happy I was able to do it. A lot of people have been sending me all of their numbers and the tips and stuff they was able to get. And I was just happy I was able to help because it definitely helped me. And I run that underclock every time I'm playing games on my PC. And so, yeah, absolutely. I'm glad I was able to help Vidit. Yes, sir. Glad I was able to help. So if you caught this guide, let me know down in the chat below live. You could talk to me. I'm also up. I'm open to, questions, and I'll answer you. Like I said, we're hanging out today. So if you got questions about anything, hit me down in the chat, let me know, and I'll answer it. But going back to This card, like I said, this card is not worth $500. I will actually step into the 3060 area, just so you could be able to get better performance. Out of 3050 is definitely super, super entry level. But obviously, if you can't find any cars are actually pretty easy to find right now. Let me show you. You can actually get cars. I would normally go to Newegg, but I don't mess with Newegg anymore. And there's a reason for that. And I don't know if y'all heard, but Newegg is, their customer service sucks. So I'm not promoting them. But let me hop over here to Amazon real quick. And I'm going to show you. I just need to log out of some stuff. All right. So if we jump into Amazon, like really, you could go in here. It's like if you wanted to find your 3060, you type in RTX 3060s. Cars are available. It's just not available for probably the amount of money that you want to spend. And I had a couple of people that hit me up about bills and stuff like that. And we're going to talk about that, pretty soon. But like this is like the biggest factor, when it comes to the actual bills and stuff like that. The amount of money and stuff that you're going to be spending. The graphics card is the biggest one. So $809 for a 3060. No, it's not worth it. But if you absolutely have to get a card and you can't get a drop at Best Buy, or you don't have a micro center that's in your area, then this is like your next best thing, right? EVGA is a great brand. Asus, great brand. It's just there, it's the money, right? I'm not familiar with Zotac, and so I'm not gonna talk about that. MSI. So cars are out here. Even when it comes to the 3070, like they're here. It's just the prices, and so cars are on the market. Like I said, if you got a micro center in your area, if you have if you could catch a Best Buy drop, the prices that they normally drop at and that you normally see from those retailers are actually really good. Considering what you see on Amazon in different places, but cars are out there, they're out there. And again, some of these prices are crazy, especially with the 3090. As I was saying earlier, these cars are $3,000. Never buy a blower card. I don't even know why they even had that available. They got the Founders Edition 2500. That's $1,000 over MSRP. So again, I would just tell you, look around, but if I had a 1080p monitor, and you remember, it's always best to buy your graphics cards based off of the actual hardware that you have. So if you only game at 1080p, you don't need anything over a 3070. Really, you don't need anything over a 3060. If you want to future-proof yourself, 3070 Ti, you could get high refresh rate with 1440p. Definitely 3080 if you want to cross, high refresh rate 1440p, high settings, all high settings, no issue. And then obviously crossing over into 4K. 60, not on all titles. On my 3080 Ti, I pretty much get 4K 60 on just about everything or above, even with some high refresh rate stuff. But Dying Light 2, which, if you want to actually see some gameplay and some benchmarks on that, hit me down in the description or hit me in the chat and let me know. Thought about buying that game. I'm still looking at some reviews and stuff that's on it. But that game is taxing on any system, especially if you want to run ray tracing. So, just some of the things to be able to keep in mind. Moving on. All right. So when it comes to Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. Now I know I'm a little bit late to the game when it comes to talking about this, but I just want to add it a part of the actual the tech news and stuff that we were talking about today, because I'm probably one of the few people that I don't know if I really like this deal that's happening. For one, it's a lot of freaking money. Two, I actually like Call of Duty, and I play on PC, so I don't, really have a big, disheartened when it comes to this. But I also play on my PS5 back there, and another year or two from now, will we still be able to play Call of Duty on other consoles outside of Xbox? And I got an Xbox Series X, which my daughter is actually hers. I bought it for Christmas. Got a Xbox Series S from my other daughter who uses that. But you know, I rock with them from time to time. So, but most people don't even have none of the consoles. Most people don't even have a graphics card. You know, that they're still trying to build a system. So, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, you know, I hear the CEOs talking about, hey, this is not gonna, you know, cause changes, but that's to make sure that the actual deal goes through. Probably the deal is not going to finalize until maybe next year or something like that. And so, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that happens. But I just remember not too long ago, we were talking about, okay, hey, what games does Xbox have? And I know this says Microsoft, but I'm talking about Xbox, because playing on PC, obviously, you get access to just about everything. But specifically with the Xbox, Game Pass is great. And shoot, I was even able to grab and play. I did a video not too long ago on Rainbow Six Siege Extraction, and I have Game Pass Ultimate, and I was able to play that on the Xbox Series X for free. So I get it. You know, I get it when it comes to the acquisitions and stuff like that. And speaking of, can't talk about this without talking about Sony buying Bungie. And so, yeah, it's a lot of back and forth type things that's going on here. But this is pretty cool. I think this was a very strategic move. So when you talk about Bungie, obviously they made Halo, they made Destiny, two major games. Now, Bungie did not make this last iteration of Halo. That came from 321 Studios. But I mean, I'm just saying, you know, there's a possibility that sometime in the future, you know, if you haven't been able to be a PC gamer, if you haven't been able to, you know, if you just have PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4, you may be able to play Halo, you know, the actual older versions of Halo on PlayStation, which is something that really that we would have never known or never heard of. So it's interesting, you know what I'm saying, when you start talking about that type of stuff. So, hey, we just never know. You never know, you know, what could happen, what could possibly happen when it comes to that. And so, yeah, it's just something to think about. Next thing up is, and I think I was, I actually had this up at the beginning of the stream, but we're talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, a lot of us just knew that this game was never going to come out, right? You know, it was like, oh, okay, you know, they was bringing out all these other different versions that nobody wants of Grand Theft Auto. And they're like, where's Grand Theft Auto 6? Where's the next gen? Well, it was officially announced and it's going to be coming underway. So I guess that's good, but we're still not actually going to see the game. I think it's not going to actually be released until between 2023, 2024. And so, yeah, we still got some time. So, but it's still within the next year or so. So just, you know, hold your horses. It's coming. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming. All right. So without further ado, so one of the things I definitely want to talk about is PC Parts Picker. And so, yeah, we're going to be looking at doing some builds for 2022. I actually have a goal of doing at least 5 builds over the next 8 months. And so, yeah, I said 8 months because parts and stuff like that is hard to come by. But if I could get at least 5 builds done, I definitely want to add to, you know, the notches up under my belt. But the next big build that I have coming up is for the, see if I can show it to you on stream. I haven't even took it out the box yet. So camera is kind of blurry and I don't know if it's going to let me see it, but this is the Master Box NR 200p. This is a small form factor, and I'm actually going to be doing a video unboxing that case. Yep, because I want to do an SFX build, small form factor build, and I can't wait to be able to get that done. So one of the things I want to do here is that I'm actually working on getting the actual parts for this build. I got a couple of ideas, but we're going to kind of go through some things today. So let's take a look. So if we go to System Builder, CPU. So here's what I thought about doing. I thought about using some of the parts that's in my current build in order to do this, but I was like, nah, I want to do something that is completely brand new, right? Minus the graphics card. The only thing that's going to, and that's just because of how hard it is to get graphics cards, I'm going to use my 3080 Ti that I already have, but all the other parts I want them to be new. So I actually want to do an Intel build. I actually want to go with the i5-12600K. This actually processor gets up to 10 cores. Some of those, it's like 6 cores are performance and 4 are efficiency cores. So let's add that. The CPU cooler. Now, when it comes to the CPU cooler for this case, it's a lot, right? You have to be real careful about like some of the stuff that you get. Now, depending on like which panel and stuff that you have, you could put on certain things. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually go with the Cooler Master Hyper 212 RGB. This is a really good cooler for the price. So I'm gonna get that. Motherboard. Now for the motherboard, I've been having my eyes on we're gonna do a Z690i. Let's see what we have here. So we got the Gigabyte Z690. Z690 is the type of board that you need for the new 12th gen Intel. And yes, we're not talking about AMD today. We're talking about Intel. Why? Because competition is back, baby. So yeah, I want to try this out. So Gigabyte, I actually want to get an Asus board, but I'm okay with the Gigabyte board. What I'm not okay with is when choosing the memory, I actually want to just get a DDR4 board because DDR4 RAM is easier to come by. So, and yeah, this board is still $400, which is ridiculous. But let's add it in. Memory, I am going to go with Corsair Vengeance Pro. Now, I'm actually getting out of the 16 gig RAM. I'm going to go ahead and add in 32. And I'll talk a little bit about that at a later date. No, that's CL18. I actually need CL16. So hold on a second. Let's see. That's also CL18. What is going on? Let's see. Corsair. Vengeance. This is CL18, CL16. That's in white though. That's not RGB. What's going on with the RAM? Here we go. All right, 139 bucks. All right. So storage. I actually want to rock a Gen 4 drive. And we'll go with a 1 terabyte 980 Pro. I like Samsung drives. Y'all know what it is. 169, that's not too bad. Video card, I'm going to go ahead and add in a video card that I have. Even though I already have this, I don't have to buy it again, right? I'm just going to add this in here, and that's just because it's going to be able to capture the other information for PC part picker. So there's no price right here. And why? Because yeah, you see that $2,200, which is crazy. All right. So case. Now this is the Cooler Master. Well, I'm just going to type in NR200P and it's not on here. That's interesting. Cooler Master box, Cooler Master box. NR400. I wonder why the SFX case is not on here. That messes up everything that I was trying to do. Well, I already bought it, so even if I don't choose it on here, but the thing about PC Parts Picker, when you choose stuff, it'll let you know whether or not something is compatible or incompatible, which is what I like. But if I don't see it on here, it's cool. But that's the actual case that I'm going to be using, so it's not on here. So that's fine. So let's go back. Power supply. Now, power supplies, again, you watch my power supply video, and let me see if we can find an SFX. SFX Go, 850 watts. I actually want to do 1,000 watts if they have it. You got Silverstone. I'm not gonna need it for this particular build, but just in case if I ever decide to upgrade in the future, I don't even see anything that's in stock. There's no price for this. I definitely want to at least grab one with a price. So I'll go with the 850 for now, but I'm gonna try to find a 1,000 watt. Okay, so without the actual price of the graphics card in and without the price of the case, right? One more thing. Can I choose? And without any actual case fans, we're talking about 1166, which is not bad. So I already had a graphics card, I already had a case, but obviously if we was adding those things in, then we have definitely, $2,000 for the graphics card. That's already so we talking about like $3,300 just for SFX build, which is it's insane. Actually, it's very insane. So as you can see down here with the compatibility notes, it says that the Cooler Master Hyper 212 may require a separate available mount and adapter. And it does for the LGA 1700 socket. So it's like another like mounting back plate and stuff that you'll need for that. I could get that separately. I actually saw those at Micro Center. I actually have 2 Micro Centers in my area that's in the city. And so I'm definitely going to get that. So if you were thinking about going Intel, the 12600K is a great gaming CPU. It's actually pretty good at multi-threaded tests and stuff like that as well, from what I've been seeing. So this is the next build that I got coming up. So got to start working on getting the parts. But again, I am going to do an unboxing of this case. We go through a couple of things. I'll show you what the actual 3080 Ti looks like on the inside of the case and stuff like that. But small form factor, that's the next build that I'm going to be doing, and I'm excited about it because, man, it's been a minute since I did a build. Last build I did was for a friend, and that build's been turning out great, and so yeah. Again, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know what you think in the chat. Hit me in the chat. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of kick it with y'all on this Saturday. I may go live with some gameplay later on in the day. Not sure yet. Working on some more videos, working on some more stuff. And yeah, we're going to stay busy, but we're going to keep it popping. So again, if you want to support the channel, don't forget to hit the link down in the description below. When it comes to the merch, it just helps us buy more stuff to be able to review on the channel. I need to upgrade my camera. I want to switch over to the Sony A7 IV for 4K and all that different type of stuff for live streaming. And I also need to get more tech stuff and also to be able to get the parts and stuff for this build. So if you want to help support that effort, to see what the small form factor looks like with this type of setup for next gen, definitely you could support the channel. Hit me up. I got a Patreon. I got all types of stuff. Links down in the description below. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me today. And again, man, I appreciate y'all. Oh, just down in the chat. Big Fish. Wow, great video, brother. God bless everyone in the chat. Man, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. And, I'm going to kind of stick around for a little bit longer. So, yeah, if y'all want to hit me with some questions down in the chat below. What do you want to see? Like, what are some of the things that you want to see from the actual channel? What are some of the things that you want to see from me? Again, I plan on going live every Thursday, just to kind of sit, chat, and talk with y'all. at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, this is like some of the things that I plan on doing. I actually thought about doing, I want to check out some new cases, some actual full size builds. I also thought about, starting up an actual gaming only channel. So if that's something that you want to see come from me, that'd be great. Just doing live streams and just gaming sessions and stuff like that with that. PC, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, PS5. But yeah, thought about doing that, trying to free up some more time, just to build up the community, build up the channel, and yeah, take things to a whole nother level. I know I talked about a giveaway, and the giveaway that I've been thinking about doing, I'm gonna do it when we hit 10,000, because it's pretty big. I want to give away a CPU, motherboard. Probably won't be able to do a full build, but I definitely want to give away some actual PC parts. So it'll definitely be a CPU and motherboard, probably a combination, for a person to be able to start their first build off. And so, yeah, that's something that's going to be coming up, which you all's help. And so hitting that 10,000 subscriber mark is super important. Just for the length of the channel, how long I've been around, and also getting to the next step, getting some more sponsorships, stuff like that. I've been able to work with Sabrent lately, and it's been phenomenal. And so, yeah, I just want to build up some more relationships and stuff like that with manufacturers, especially when it comes to, graphics cards, motherboards, CPUs, all that good stuff. Yeah, and Big Fish. Okay, I see a question down in the chat below. Is it easy to build a PC? I don't know if I would use the word easy, but it's actually simple. And so I wouldn't say easy, not easy, but simple. And Big Fish, if you, I'm gonna show you something. Like if you go to my channel, and this is for anybody, I have if you go to my playlist, I actually have a playlist just for PC builds and all that good stuff. And if you go here, there's a list of all the PC builds and upgrades and all the stuff that I've done. And I know for me, if you never built a PC before, sometimes it could seem a little bit overwhelming, but you just take your time. But I actually have guides, especially if I go back to the first PC that I built, which one is it? It's here. First PC I ever built was a 9900K with a RTX 2080, 32 gigs Gskill RAM. This is my first PC build, man. And when I tell you, I was so scared. I was scared because, like, even if you skip to the part, and I don't know why that's blue for some particular reason. But anyways, it's my video. I don't know why it's blue. But anyways, there's a part, in this, particular video where I'm putting in the CPU for like my first time, and I'm like, man, I'm hearing like cracks and all this different type of stuff, but it's cool. No, it's fine. So I tell you, check out, some of these build videos and stuff that I did where I go step by step. Some of these are montages and stuff like that, but it's pretty cool, man. I love PC building. You know what I mean? And you could definitely, you can have fun with it. I don't know why this stuff is highlighted in blue. Okay. But anyways, yeah, it's simple. It's simple. It's just not easy because easy also entails, hey, like you can just get in there and do it without having to pay attention to anything. And that is not the case because you could definitely mess up some stuff. But if you take your time, I know a lot of times people, they say, hey, this is like Legos or this is like stuff like that. And it really is. A lot of stuff is plug and play, which is why PC parts picker is super important. And that's because you could prepare ahead of time. Like looking at the wattage, it says the estimated wattage here is 579 watts. And that's based off of base. And so when I say base, that means that that's not including full-fledged gaming. That's not including if you was doing like some rendering or video editing and stuff like that, where you pegging out the system. And so, and also this does not include sometimes you have different stuff that's going on with inside the case. That's the only thing, I think it's the case that I don't have chosen here. But as you can see, without the case and some of the other stuff, it's $579. But once you hit, you start playing at 1440p or 4K gaming, man, let me tell you, like, it skyrockets when it comes to gameplay, and stuff like that. And so you definitely got to make sure that you get the right power supply, basically. Let's see here. Okay, because I was thinking about finally building one. I have all the consoles. Yeah, man. And let me tell you something. The best gaming experience I ever had is on PC. I'm a PC gamer first. Even though, from a console standpoint, I started off with obviously Nintendo, worked my way up to PlayStation and been PlayStation, Xbox, and all this stuff ever since. But I got all of the new consoles. I got, but my PC it's probably been like one of the best investments, when it comes to PC gaming, all the other stuff that I do with it too. But yeah, when you match a PC up with a good monitor, and like I said, I got 3 monitors in front of me right now. I got a Asus PG279Q. It's a 1440p high refresh rate monitor, gets up to 165 hertz. I got 2 4K monitors. They're both 4K 60. One is an LG, other one is a Lenovo. I use those more for media consumption and stuff like that, and editing photos. The LG monitor I use for gaming sometimes, but I actually like using my LG TV that does 4K 120 hertz HDR, and OLED TVs are next level. It's like that's a whole nother different stratosphere, but you need a good hardware, from a PC standpoint, or either, PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. But the difference in detail, quality, gameplay, and be able to max things out like developers want you to on their games, you need a good graphics card. You need a good PC. you just need that. But the experience that you get is like nothing else. Like, you think the consoles are good, they're good, but a PS5 or Xbox Series X is nothing compared to 3070 Ti, 3080, 3080 Ti, 3090. Nah, that stuff is insane. Like, the graphics and stuff that you can get out of PC is way beyond the stuff that you get with console, even with the new consoles. And so, a lot of times people don't understand that, but I do. So until you actually get everything, that's how it is. Down in the chat, Techno, what's up, my brother? Better start making tech content even more helpful in Discord. Yeah. Oh, speaking of the Discord, make sure that you join the Discord. The actual link is down in the description below. Definitely join the Discord, man, because we got my boy Repo that's down in the Discord. Man, he got like a 6 system. He got a 3090. Told him I was jealous. He had a Kingpin, so we talk about all type of stuff, but we have fun, man. We have fun with the Discord, so make sure that you join. We pretty much chat just about every day, so we always talking about something. So make sure that you do that. Also, again, I know we covered some stuff. We talked about Intel, Arc. We talked about for those who are just now jumping in to the stream, just let y'all know, talked about my merch. That link is down in the description below. We talked about Intel Arc, Alchemist GPU that's going to be coming out real soon, hopefully sometime this year. We talked about the 3090 Ti that's probably not going to see the light of day. We talked about the RTX 3050. We also talked about the prices of graphics cards, which is crazy. acquisitions and all the different types of stuff. But I'm here for the next build, man. I'm telling y'all, you know. All right, so down in the chat, we got Dark Insol. People don't get it and try to argue down. Yeah. People try to argue me down all day about it. Look, there's no comparison when it comes, between consoles and PC gaming. There's just two separate different worlds, okay? And you don't know until you actually get it and then you understand. But it's cool. I had no problem with that because I game on both. It's only certain games that you're going to be able to get on Sony, right? That's what the whole acquisition and all this stuff is about right now. Like, they trying to buy up, saying certain studios and stuff like that from Microsoft, Sony, because they want to get, games that you could only play on those consoles. And there's games that you can only play on PC. There's experiences that you could only get on PC. You got to think about it. Consoles are just not getting to the point of 120 hertz, refresh rate. But what people don't understand, in order to hit that 120 hertz, they actually downscale the actual resolution internally, usually to 1080p. It's usually 1080p. It's not even 1440p. It's 1080p. So it's great, if you got a TV or if you got a monitor that supports HDMI 2.1, you can be able to access the 120 hertz. But on PC, there's no limits. And my boy, my boy Techno, he can let you know he got a 3080 Ti. People that's in the Discord, they know they got high refresh rate monitors and stuff like that, and it's a different experience. It's like butter. But you could be able to play high refresh rate and also full resolution, native resolution, all at the same time. So yeah, I rock with it, man. But I'll tell y'all one thing for sure. I thought about putting a 12900K into this master box, and man, I can't wait to do an unboxing of this. It's going to be coming real soon. I may work on either doing this today, sometime this weekend, but it's going to be coming real soon. But yeah, I thought about doing a 12900K until I saw the wattage. I think that thing gets up, like, when you peg it out 100%, that thing gets up like 300 some watts, and I'm like, what the hell? I was like, nah, I can't do that in no small form factor case. I'm gonna run into all type of throttling issues. There's no air cooler that I know of that can actually handle a 12900K, and that's because as long as you don't run the 12900K like full blast, like if I was playing at 1080p, I would not use an air cooler with a 12900K because 1080p uses a CPU more. Only doing 4K maybe, but in a small form factor case, they don't have air coolers that can keep up with that, and so you have to use a liquid cooler. Now they have liquid coolers that could go inside that case, but man, that's too much. I'm not trying to do that. Let's see. So many sacrifices to get 120 hertz on console. PC, you have at 165 hertz and 1440p graphics. Yep, that's exactly right. And you can actually hit that, especially like, Call of Duty, Warzone, and stuff like that. You can play 1440p, 165 hertz, no issue. And full resolution. As long as you got the right hardware, PC, you customize, swap things out, do whatever it is that you need to do at any given time. And if you were going, like I said, in this particular build, I know a lot of people are like, why are you only doing DDR4? Well, have you seen the prices for DDR5? All right, let's take a look at it. And I don't even know if Amazon even has anything, but let's see. Let me go back. DDR5 RAM. Hey, look at this. It's freaking ridiculous, man. So XPG 6,000 megahertz, 32 gigabyte kit, $485. And you wonder why I'm not, when I do this build, I'm doing a Z690 board. I'm doing a Z690 board, but I am not going DDR5 just yet. One, because the actual cache, the latency on that RAM is new, right? So it's like stupid high. And there's actually a DDR4 memory that, well, we just talking about gaming, because that's what this system is going to be for, just for gaming. Yeah, I don't need the bandwidth that comes with DDR5 yet. And really, that's like the biggest thing. So it's like the bandwidth that you get on that type of stuff. But man, that RAM is like stupid high. $500 something just for 32 gigs. And if you did 16 gig, I don't even know if they even sell 16 gig kits, because I haven't seen any. So you could get DDR5 CL38 latency memory, 16 gigabyte kit, 4800 megahertz. That's crazy for 210. Yeah, I still wouldn't do it. It's not worth it. Not at all. And Kingston doesn't make the best memory. I'm just saying. I mean, they've been a memory maker for a long time, but I am going to stick with Corsair Gskill. That's about it. When it comes to RAM, because RAM is so finicky, those are the two that I actually stick with. But yeah, DDR4 for me. And sometimes I know that will involve me having to swap my motherboard if I ever want to upgrade to DDR5. But by that time happens, we'll be on a next iteration of Intel chips, you know, because they're going to come out with something new probably sometime next year. So not worried about that. Matter of fact, I think they're coming out with a new chipset, something like that next year. But you got to upgrade your motherboard anyway, because that's how Intel works, right? So. I've been familiar with Intel for a long time, because that's where I started. I started and did my first build with a 9900K and a Z390 board. And every time they change Z390, Z490, Z590, you pretty much have to, like, you know, if you want to upgrade your CPU, you got to change the motherboard. So, which is so crazy. But what's crazy is I've been rocking with AMD, the X570 chipset for a while, and I swapped out all type of chips. I had a 3900X. Then I swapped that over to the 5800X, which is what I currently have right now. And it's been gravy. You know what I'm saying? It's been good. So I don't know. You know, I still want to get a 5950X. Just to have it in my main system. That's for video editing and all the other different type of stuff. Even though 5800X has been doing this thing, I've been doing more videos lately, and I've been doing like photos and, you know, Photoshop and stuff like that. And I need that 5950X. So that's another upgrade that I got coming pretty soon. But yeah, 12600K. And it's possible I may change my mind and do a 12700K. Because the actual thermals and stuff is actually still pretty good, but 12600 is really all I need. Yeah, I want to rock with this. Like I said, if I can, I want to try to at least get a 1000-watt SFX power supply. They're very rare to come by. Matter of fact, like if I go here, they're hard. And they're expensive. So, like, I don't know who Pi-Star is, but Silverstone is good. So if you see those, but you see that, it's $275. But yeah, if I ever, not if I ever, but when I get a 3090 or 3090, well, not 3090 Ti, because I think I'm gonna need a 1200-watt power supply for that. But I do plan on getting a 3090 just for the VRAM. And some of the other stuff that I plan on doing in the future. And yeah, I'm gonna need at least a 1000-watt power supply for that, just because of, again, when they max out, and man, them things, they go up. So, but yeah, if you see Silverstone, Cooler Master, you know, if you get gold or platinum, it's good. And, you know, again, EVGA, Superflower, Corsair, Seasonic. Like I currently have a Seasonic in my current gaming system. So those are good, but the price is like crazy high, you know, when it comes to that type of stuff. So one thing I tell you though, is make sure don't skimp out. Like you building the PC or if you're doing upgrades, get good parts from the rip. And the reason being is because you want your stuff to last. You want to be able to get the, you know, you don't have to have the best of the best, but you need to get premium stuff, especially when it comes to a graphics card, CPU, and motherboard. Like, don't skip out on that type of stuff. Oh, and also your SSD drive. No, don't skip out on that because you'll be amazed that a lot of the throttling and all types of stuff that even happens with SSD drives. So get good stuff, you know, spend the money on the upfront, you know, you'll be happy, you know, in the end. Absolutely. But yeah. So let me know. Y'all got any more questions? Definitely put them in the chat below. I answer them for you, man. And, you know, I rock with y'all for a little bit longer. But I definitely just want to make sure that, you know, I had a chance to be able to touch bases with y'all. I know it's been a minute since I did a live stream. It's been a while, but again, every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Yeah, we're gonna live stream. We're gonna sit. We're gonna talk about stuff that happened for the week, tech news, and whatever it is that's gonna be going on. We're gonna talk about it. We may do some gaming sessions during that time as well. You know, just to kind of pass by some time, and yeah, you know, I'm a rock with y'all, man, because it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate for all of the support that I received on the channel. You know, where we are with the subscribers, and definitely plan on hitting that 10,000 mark within the next 90 days. I know we could do it. So we got some work to put in. We got some builds to do. We got some reviews to do, and I'm gonna bring it, man. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. You know, if you want to see more videos like this, if you want to see other stuff, other videos, definitely let me know. But if y'all don't have anything else down in the chat, I'm gonna chuck up the deuces, and I'm gonna get with y'all a little bit later. We could continue the conversation in the Discord. I see we had a couple of people that joined. Appreciate that. And again, if you want to support the channel, make sure that you hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you receive all my notifications. Also, definitely, you know, hit the links down in the description below for the Amazon links and stuff like that. That helps out the channel. And also the merch, which is brand new to the channel. So I appreciate y'all. Let's see what we got. Big fish. So what should I buy first, like a case or something else? So if you go back to System Builder, I would say you buy whatever you could be able to get your hands on first. So if you plan on doing the build within the next month or so, go ahead and start looking for deals, really, you know, on the actual parts and stuff like that. I could give you an idea on some of the cases that I've been looking at. The Corsair 4000D Airflow is one of them. The H510 Airflow, I heard was actually pretty good. The Corsair 5000D Airflow is good. Now, Lian has a new O11, which I really like. And I'm trying to stay away from it because you could do so many different changes and stuff like that. But the Lian has a, I think it's the Evo case. And so it's a little expensive, you know, I will say that, but man, this case is like crazy. Like the case I got now is O11 dynamic, just a regular, but the Evo allows you to be able to like change, like, let me show you. You could, let me take this here. Like with the Evo, you can actually go to images and like, look at this. You can actually put the graphics card, you know what I'm saying, like on the side. You could do a whole inverted build. Like they have all type of stuff with this new Evo case, and it's crazy. Like some of this stuff, like I really like, oh man, I didn't mean to do that. Like, that's what my card looks like. And that's another thing I plan on doing, is actually putting it on a vertical mount. So something else that I actually have to do. But I like the new Lian Lee fans. Those are pretty dope. But I would just say, buy whatever you could be able to, Big Fish, buy whatever you could be able to get your hands on. But I think the biggest thing is actually get your graphics card out the way first. And then once you get your graphics card, build around your graphics card. Because like, there's no issues with getting CPUs, no issues with motherboards and RAM or, you know, SSD drives or cases. The biggest issue is getting a graphics card. So if you could be able to find that, then you're going to be good, because then you could just get everything else, but getting a really good deal on your graphics card. Because like, if you go to Micro Center, if you have a Micro Center in your area, I'm just going to put this in. RTX, let's say you're trying to, 3080s are hard to get, but the last couple of times I walked inside Micro Center, they've had graphics cards. And so if you could find them, great. But if I just uncheck this, like some of the prices, stuff like that 3080s, they actually are overpriced right now, which is crazy. But that's everywhere. But at least you could get a lesser of a rate, you know, say when it comes to, you know, money that's coming out your pocket. But EVGA for the win, Asus, tough. You know, if you can actually find these cards in stock, if you got a Micro Center, you can check them out. They do drops and stuff, usually weekly. You could be able to find them. The Sesh, that vertical mount GPU is literally only for looks. It doesn't have any advantage for cooling at all. And that is true, except for sometimes it depends on the actual case that you get, the Sesh, because some cases, you know, if you got fans and stuff that's at the bottom, doing a vertical mount actually gives it, you know, a little bit more airflow, as far as like, you know, like in the O11 dynamic, you can actually drop 2 or 3 degrees just by having the actual vertical mount. And so, believe it or not, you can. But that's the only difference that I seen in that was the O11 dynamic XL. Because on the XL, you got the exhaust fan that's on the back that actually pulls the actual heat from the graphics card, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the fans at the bottom for intake, it's pushing it up, fans at the top for, you know what I'm saying, for exhaust, that's taking it out. So it works out. You know, you got specific situations, but for the most part, it's all about looks. And it does. It makes the build look freaking phenomenal, I can tell you that. And so yeah. But yeah, but if you know, going back to Big Fish, with doing your build, get the graphics card first, my friend. You know, if I would just get that and keep it moving, you know, because once you buy that, you get everything else. Everything else, as far as the prices and stuff like that, is not too bad. So also availability on the other parts of stuff is not bad at all. You know, there was a point in time where you couldn't find CPUs and none of that stuff, but you can get that stuff, especially on Amazon. Now, if you want to get you a 12900K, you could get it $619, and I think the retail price was like $650, I think, something like that. But you could get it. I actually want that chip. I want that chip. I'm gonna think about it. I want that chip. See, this is why I don't look at this stuff on a daily basis. It says good place to look is Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, absolutely. You can find deals and stuff on Facebook Marketplace, but also just be careful, because I've seen people get ripped off on Facebook Marketplace as well, you know, because again, you're buying from an individual and not from a company. So you just got to be careful, you know, try not to meet up with people unless you're meeting at a retail location, you know, like inside of a store, you know, and even with that, it's still a little bit dangerous. So, but yeah, you can find deals, you know, if you don't mind all the extra, you know, the extra stuff that comes along with doing it that way. So absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, you know, I may go back and actually do timestamps in the description as well, just so you know when we talked about, you know, all the actual other stuff. And so that'll definitely help too, you know what I'm saying? With being able to um, figure out, you know, what we talked about and when and stuff like that. But yeah, any other questions down in the chat, you know, definitely let me know. Because if not, then, you know, I'm gonna holler at y'all and we continue the actual chat in the Discord. But definitely let me know any other questions, anything that you would like to know, anything that you want my opinion on. Definitely let me know in the chat right now. And if you're watching this video after the fact, you know, hit me down in the comments, and you know, you can also ask your questions and stuff there. But definitely let me know. Also, let me know if you want to see any benchmarks with the 3080 Ti for Dying Light 2. So if you want to see that, definitely let me know. I could be able to make that happen. You know, I was kind of waiting to get that game, but it seemed like it's pretty good, especially with the parkour, you know, all of the, you know, everything that comes along with that, finding the monsters and all this stuff. I want to check it out, especially on the big TV. I definitely want to check it out. And again, I also been thinking about doing a gaming only, a separate gaming only channel. And so yeah, if you want to see that, you know, definitely, you know, send me the thumbs up, you know, send me the likes. Let me know down in the description. Let me know down in the chat. If you want to see a gaming only channel, I'll do it. If not, I won't put no energy into it, but I think it'll be pretty dope. And if you haven't checked out God of War on PC, I got a couple of videos and stuff that's on that. Definitely make sure that you check that out, because it's phenomenal. It's good. I got all of my PlayStation 5 content in one area. Appreciate that, Big Fish. Got all the PS5 content in one area. If you want to check out all of my popular uploads, they're all here as well. I need to do another updated NVIDIA control panel video, so I've been thinking about doing that. And obviously all of my build videos and stuff like that, you can check those out. Let me know what you think. But yeah, you know, you can let me know if you want to see other type of content and stuff like that on the channel. As long as it's tech, you know, if it's anything about gaming, PC builds, reviews, let me know. Let me know what you want to see. I definitely want to make sure that it's stuff that y'all want to look at. So, you know, that's important, super important actually, to the growth of the channel. So we definitely want to make sure that we hit that 10,000 subscriber mark. We're close. We only need 2,500 subscribers. So again, once I hit 10,000 subscribers, I am going to give away a CPU and a motherboard combo to just a random subscriber. And so when we hit that mark, I'm definitely going to do that. And the closer we get to that mark, I'll let you know what type of CPU and motherboard it is. But yeah, you know, it'll definitely be able to help somebody that's trying to build a PC for the first time. And hopefully, you know, when graphics card prices get back, you know, to a reasonable thing, you know, we could be able to do a graphics card giveaway. So I'm definitely hoping to be able to do that in the future. And I've always talked about being able to one day build a PC for somebody and be able to give away to someone who really needs one. So and yeah, but with the growth of the channel, I'll be able to do stuff like that. So hopefully, you know, we could be able to get there soon, and anything can happen in 2022. I'm putting no limits on that. You know, we could be able to hit 10,000 subscribers next month, and we could be able to give away a PC 3-4 months from now. Graphics cards, we could probably do that towards the end of the year. Just depends on the growth of the channel. But those are some of the things that I want to do. So Big Fish, the game is amazing. I finally playing God of War on PS5, but I'm sure it's even crazy on PC. Man, let me tell you something. check out this video here for God of War on PC. You could look at this boss fight. Now, actually, this particular one here is phenomenal, because this video here is the one where you can actually be able to watch in 4K HDR, you know, and you can actually see what the 3080 it looks like PC, 3080 Ti looks like PC at the best of the best. So yeah, check that out. You can definitely check that out. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna call it an end to the stream for right now. Like I said, I definitely may jump back on a little bit later on the day, but I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, and definitely, you know, hit me down in the comments below, and also join the Discord, and we can continue the conversation. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Thank you. Peace. I'll let y'all later.